Alrighty guys, today is January 11th, 2022. What's going on guys? I am that boy Alex and welcome back to this channel. If you are new here, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Today, I got some wrestling news to cover. I'm going to try and do this every day. So try to be consistent with it. So yeah, but the days we don't have wrestling shows is the days where I don't do wrestling news and that's my day off. And so far we have a lot of momentum, man. No days off. I haven't taken a day off in January since January 2nd. That was the day after New Year's, and then January 7th. Because I was traveling for Hard to Kill. But yeah, man, I've been consistent. I've been dropping videos every day since then. And yeah, man. But without further ado, we're gonna get straight into it. Former WWE superstar Taya Valkyrie recently appeared on East Coast Autograph Auctions about whether or not she'd be open to joining AEW. The former NXT star has yet to return to the ring since her release. Taya was let go in November, but she admitted that working for Tony Khan is something different. She said in quotation, "Of course I would go to AEW. I mean, they are doing something different." She said, "A lot of my peers and my best friends, my brothers, Phoenix and Pentagon, are over there, so why not? Let's wait and see what happens." Taya Valkyrie also spoke about the upcoming Owen Hart Cup. The tournament will take place later this year, and it has been confirmed there will be one for the men's and another for the women's. With Valkyrie being a Canadian, she spoke about it if there's any interest in being involved. And she said in quotation, "I mean, as a Canadian, I think that I should definitely be in the Owen tournament," Taya revealed. "I was trying to think what Canadian girls are a part of AEW. I want to say Allie is probably the only one. So I think there needs to be more Canadians in that scenario. So I will obviously love to," in quotation. The Owen Hart Cup tournament will be a tournament filled with singles elimination matches so far. No participants are confirmed for the inaugural competition for either the men's or the women's side of things. Things will get underway in May, and the finals will take place at Double or Nothing, with Dr. Marita Hart being there to award the cups to the winners. Double or Nothing will take place in Las Vegas during Memorial Day weekend. I don't mind if AEW signs Taya Valkyrie. You know, she has a lot of peers, she has a lot of best friends, you know, she's close to Ray Phoenix and Pentagon Jr. So why not? I'll be happy to see Taya Valkyrie in AEW, man. That will be a huge addition to the women's division, and I think if Tony Khan is going to sign more people, I think he needs to focus on signing more women to boost up his women's division. And, I really have high hopes for the women's division in AEW this year, because if you sign women like Taya Valkyrie, you sign Amber Moon, you already got Mercedes Martinez. Let's say you sign Toni Storm. And who else? What other women's on the free agent market? Mia Yim, depending on where her husband Keith Lee is going to end up. So, yeah. But, yeah. So, if you sign Taya Valkyrie, Amber Moon, who I think is going to use her name Athena. If you sign Mia Yim, who's probably going to be using her Impact name Jade. And, yeah. And Toni Storm. Can't leave her out. So, yeah, man. AEW can have the best women's division on the planet if Tony Khan gets up and goes signs these women. Taya Valkyrie, Amber Moon, Toni Storm, Mia Yim, potentially. So, yeah, man. One thing AEW has been lacking in the 2-year history of this company is their women's division. So, if you're going to sign more people, sign more women. All right? So, yeah. And as far as the Owen Hart Cup tournament, I think the tournament should start a couple weeks after Revolution. So, start it in late March, early April, and then you can have the finals culminate at Double or Nothing. I don't know how many people are going to be in the tournament. So, if it's a 16-people tournament, then the tournament needs to start in April. If it's 32, then you're going to need to start it in late March. So you're gonna need weeks of television booked. So multiple weeks of television booked ahead of Double or Nothing, and yeah. But it's gonna be interesting to see how this Owen Hart Cup tournament plays out. So yeah, man. But I am interested in seeing Taya Valkyrie come to AEW, and I think it will be a huge addition to that women's division, man. Taya Valkyrie is one of the best women's professional wrestlers on this planet. She's at least top 20 in her in the industry. So yeah, man. I think she's doing something at AAA, and she wants to match with Deonna Purrazzo. So I don't know if she left Impact on good or bad terms. So who knows? But yeah, and also I pitched another idea too. What if you make the trios titles in AEW? What if you make that an intergender championship? Meaning, if you have a female in someone's stable, you can use them in the trios championship picture. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like, what if the trios championship was the intergender championship, and like men and women can fight over it? I don't know how Tony Khan feels about intergender wrestling. I know Scott D'Amore and this guys over at Impact are huge advocates of it, and they love doing intergender wrestling and Impact Wrestling. I know some of the indies, love to do it, like GCW and all that. I don't know how Tony Khan feels about intergender wrestling, so. But that's just my idea. That's just something I would throw out there. Make the trios championship an intergender championship. So yeah. Top WWE NXT superstars worked last night's pre-Raw WWE main event taping at the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. As noted, last Friday's pre-SmackDown dark match saw Tommaso Ciampa defeat Pete Dunne in singles action. Ciampa lost the NXT title to Braun Breaker at last Tuesday's NXT New Year's Evil special. Dunne has been feuding with Tony D'Angelo and will face him in a crowbar on a pole match, which is tonight. There is no word on if Ciampa and Dunne are being called up to the main roster for good, but we will keep you updated. Matches taped last night were Tommaso Ciampa versus T-Bar, which obviously Ciampa won, and Pete Dunne versus Akira Tozawa, which obviously Pete Dunne won. But yeah. Honestly, they don't need to be on main event. They don't need to have a dark match. They don't need any of that stuff, man. Send them straight up to the main roster. If you want them on the main roster, have them be a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble. And if I'm booking the Royal Rumble, I'm booking Walter, Pete Dunne, or Tommaso Ciampa to win the Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, night one of WrestleMania. Winner takes all. Winner faces one of the three guys I booked to win the Royal Rumble, and you have that guy beat Roman Reigns, and you got your next megastar. Bam! That's how you create a star, man. But I'm not gonna get hyped about Tommaso Ciampa or Pete Dunne coming to the main roster because they're Triple H guys. They're the heart and soul of NXT, and main roster creative doesn't deserve those guys. They don't. So just bring them up to the main roster as a surprise entrant. And yeah, just book them correctly. But obviously WWE doesn't know how to book NXT call-ups because they were Triple H guys and Triple H girls. So they don't want anything to do with NXT. So yeah. Drew McIntyre has been in Pittsburgh this week to undergo tests on his neck. As noted, McIntyre defeated Madcap Moss at the recent WWE Day 1 event, but was then written out of storylines with a backstage attack by Moss and Happy Corbin. WWE announced that McIntyre suffered a cervical neck strain with severe contusions in the attack, but it was then reported that the beatdown angle was done because he has been dealing with a legitimate neck injury for several weeks. McIntyre needed to undergo medical testing on his neck, which is why WWE brought him out of storylines, as a way to be proactive about the situation. In an update, McIntyre is still sporting a neck brace and has been seen at the UPMC hospital in Pittsburgh this week. According to PWI Insider, this is the facility where several WWE talents have been sent to when they need to undergo surgery or testing, and where Dr. Joseph Maroon works. McIntyre's neck problems were described as nagging issues, in quotation, that have been bothering him for several weeks. McIntyre has been quiet on social media since day one. There is still no time frame for McIntyre's return to in-ring action, but we will keep you updated. That's a huge blow, man. Huge blow to the huge blow to SmackDown, bro. Huge blow to the entire company. There was booking Drew McIntyre to be the number 2 guy on SmackDown, and now Drew McIntyre is gone, man. So, and if he has to get surgery, this is probably going to keep him out for a while. It might keep him out for the entire year, if that's the case. But hopefully, Drew McIntyre is not going to be gone for long. And neck injury is a serious thing in pro wrestling, man. Yeah, man. And once again, I mentioned yesterday that WWE needs to have security, because who are you going to turn to when McIntyre goes down? You can't just depend on Roman forever. You need to build towards the future, all right? So, and this is why you need to build guys like Ciampa, Dunn, Walter. Those guys are your future. You can easily make money off of those guys. Dominik Dijakovic, Damian Priest, But this is a huge blow to WWE, and prayers for Drew McIntyre. The debut edition of AEW Battle of the Belts on Saturday night averaged 704,000 viewers, according to Showbuzz Daily. In the 18 to 49 demographic, the show scored a 0.27 rating to rank number 11 for the night on cable. The 0.27 rating translates to 355,000 viewers in the demo, according to WrestleNomics. The show is up 6.8% in total viewers from the fast national ratings that were released over the weekend. While the number of viewers in the 18 to 49 demo were up 6%, NFL programming dominated cable and network ratings on Saturday. On cable, NFL-related programming took 7 of the top 9 spots, while ESPN SportsCenter took the other 2. A Hallmark original movie, The Red and Veil, that was head-to-head with Battle of the Belts, was number 10 for the night. AEW Battle of the Belts featured Britt Baker defeating Riho via submission to retain the AEW Women's Championship, Sammy Guevara defeating Dustin Rhodes to win the Interim Teams Championship, and Ricky Starks defeating Matt Sydal to retain the FTW Championship. Honestly, I watched the show while I was on my way back home from traveling. I watched the show. Nothing really exciting. That Sammy Guevara match, it had me wondering if Cody didn't contract COVID, or Brandy, and if Cody wasn't out with COVID, it kind of got me wondering, was Sammy supposed to be Cody and hot potato the championships? That's what's got me thinking. If Dustin didn't wrestle and Cody was medically cleared, was Sammy supposed to be Cody? And were they supposed to hot potato the TNT Championship? That would not be a good look. So I'm kind of glad that didn't happen. Yeah, that would not have been a good look, because what was the point of taking the championship off of Sammy on Christmas night just for him to come back 2 weeks later and win it back? It's terrible booking. I'm not a big fan of hot potato winning the championships and passing them back. Okay, one guy beats that guy, and then 2 weeks later the other guy comes back and win it, and then 1 month later the other guy comes back and win it. 50-50 booking all over the place. You get what I'm saying? So yeah. And it has me thinking about the Jurassic Express situation. I got a gut feeling they're going to be transitional champions. Once Revolution comes around, Santana and Ortiz are going to be the guys to take the belts off Jurassic Express. I'm telling you right now, Revolution, Santana and Ortiz versus Jurassic Express. Santana and Ortiz is going to beat them. Jurassic Express is no longer the champions. Or when the Lucha Bros come back, Lucha Bros, Jurassic Express, they have a rematch. Lucha Bros win the titles back, and Lucha Bros goes on to Santana and Ortiz, and they drop those titles to Santana and Ortiz. So there's many ways they can go about this thing, but that Sammy Guevara Dustin Rhodes match had me thinking, if Cody Rhodes was able to compete, was Sammy supposed to be Sam? Was Sammy supposed to be Cody? So yeah. John Cena says he will most likely miss WrestleMania 38 in April. Cena appeared on The Ellen Show this week to promote The Peacemaker on HBO Max and was asked about his WWE future. and if he will be at WrestleMania 30 on Saturday, April 2nd, and Sunday, April 3rd in Texas. Cena said in quotation, WrestleMania is usually in the cups of late March, early April. I don't know if I'm going to make it this year, Cena said. And that's a good conundrum to have because there's a lot of good opportunity coming up, which I would love to take. And if all those things line up, I don't know if I'll be able to make WrestleMania. John Cena continued and said he is far from done with the square circle. But I will tell you, and everybody watching, I'm not done with WWE by a long shot, he said. Excuse me. That's my home. I love it. I was able to go back during the summer for a few months and entertain audiences when they welcome fans back to arenas. So I've far from had my last performance. Cena, who turns 45 on April 23rd, has not worked a program since losing to WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns at SummerSlam in late August. He returned on September 10th for a dark main event at the SmackDown at Madison Square Garden, teaming with the Mysterios for a 6-man tag match, winning over the Bloodline, but he has been away since then. Honestly, if Cena doesn't come back for WrestleMania, then I'll be perfectly fine with it. It's not gonna hurt my feelings. I'm not gonna work myself up over it. But if I was booking WrestleMania this year, and if Cena was available for a program, for a feud, I would have did John Cena versus Finn Balor at WrestleMania. We already seen John Cena versus AJ Styles, John Cena versus Kevin Owens, John Cena versus Edge. You want to leave that stuff back in the Ruthless Aggression era. Leave that stuff back in the nostalgia, like leave it back in the past. John Cena versus Finn Balor will be a money match. That'll be a big WrestleMania match, man. If I was to book it. So, yeah. But, John Cena, Finn Balor, how about this? WrestleMania 39 in Los Angeles. Take my money. Or, John Cena versus Walter. John Cena versus Tommaso Ciampa. John Cena versus Pete Dunne. Those are all big money matches. So, let me know what you guys think. And last but not least, WWE has reportedly made changes to the creative team setup in regards to NXT 2.0. According to PWI Insider, things will begin switched around internally with the third brand continuing to evolve. These alterations came from the following releases. WWE cut several long-term employees during the latest batch of cuts. The focus was more behind the scenes than in ring talent. Although Samoa Joe was released as well, the company let go of Gabe Sapolsky, William Regal, and Road Dogg during the reshuffle. Moving forward, the WWE NXT creative team will not operate independently as it has done in the past. Previously, Triple H oversaw things with his own team, which was separate from everything else in WWE. However, that is no longer the case. Instead, the team will now work under Bruce Prichard and Christine Lebrando, however you pronounce his last name. Decisions will be reported to them, with WWE looking to streamline the operation to be consistent with how the Raw and SmackDown creative departments work. Oh my God. Let me repeat that. Decisions will be reported to them, with WWE looking to streamline the operation to be consistent with how the Raw and SmackDown creative departments work. I'm telling you, man, this show is main roster vibes, man. John Russo, no relation to Vince Russo, will be heading up to WWE's NXT Ryan team, working under Prichard and Lebrando. How do you pronounce it? How the fuck you pronounce it? He originally joined WWE in the fall of 2011 and has been involved with the main roster from 2015 to 2018. However, he does also have experience with NXT, working within the creative department for the Black and Gold brand since August 2019. Russo has also been working as a lead writer for the show since July 2020, and therefore knows how things work. Elsewhere on the creative team, Dewey Foley, who is the son of Hall of Famer Mick Foley, will remain on the team. He has been working on the 205 Live product as well. Meanwhile, Anthony Golden Jr. will also be on the NXT creative team. He joined WWE in March 2020 and has a background in theater, while he also boasts a master's in film and television production. How many times I gotta repeat myself, man? Triple H and Shawn Michaels are not booking this show. Oh, but Shawn Michaels is in charge, Alex. No. You got that all mixed up. Shawn Michaels is in charge of producing the show. You know, he listens to what Vince McMahon and Bruce Prichard wants on the show. So he's in charge of making sure that Vince and Bruce, you know, get what they want on that show on Tuesday nights. Nobody's watching NXT anymore. You know, they're losing viewers, the ratings going down. You know, the NXT Black and Gold era is officially dead. And it's really sad. So yeah, and you wonder why nobody cares about the product anymore. Because every NXT call-up goes to the main roster, you waste them. So what's the point of even being invested into new call-ups? You know? Oh, it's 2 main roster vibes on NXT. Yep, that's why many people left. It's really sad how Vince McMahon set up Triple H for failure, man, and his team. So yeah. But I was right again. Like I said, Triple H and Shawn Michaels is not booking the show. They're not. You know, it's ran under Vince McMahon and Bruce Prichard. And like I said, man, WWE, they're putting entertainment first. They don't care about pro wrestling. What's the difference between Triple H and Vince McMahon? Triple H cared about professional wrestling. And he put professional wrestling first. Vince McMahon put entertainment first. And, you know, I was reading news reports about, I think it was like a month or two back, saying, you know, oh, NXT is just not fun to work at anymore. Because Vince McMahon, Bruce Prichard just had to walk in and kill everybody's love for professional wrestling. They hate professional wrestling. They don't cater to that audience. If you're looking for professional wrestling, you're going to have to go to TBS on Wednesday nights. You're going to have to sit on that couch, watch AEW for 2 hours. You want professional wrestling, you got to go watch Impact if you have the cable channel. Not everybody has Access TV. That's why the ratings are not big, you know what I'm saying? You want professional wrestling, you got to go watch GCW, New Japan, MLW, the Indies. You know, that's what I'm doing. You know, I watch other promotions outside of WWE and AEW. You know? This Saturday, I'm contemplating, you know, coming on here for a GCW show and covering it. Sunday, I'm contemplating coming on here and watching Jonathan Gresham's first ever wrestling show. You know? Terminus. I believe that's what it's called. January 16th in Atlanta. And it's a great card. By the way it's looking at it, I might check it out. But just be sure to come join me. Friday, I'm covering I'm most likely going to be watching House of Glory, Who Runs the World Girls Tournament. You know, I'm going to be watching pure women's professional wrestling. You know? And the winner will be crowned the Women's House of Glory champion. So yeah, man. You know, be grateful that there's so many alternates that you can look towards to. You know? Many people don't want to watch WWE because it's not professional wrestling. They put entertainment first. You know? WWE is a business. You know? They got to make sure they're getting as much money as they can into their pockets. You know? AEW, NXT, GCW, Impact, New Japan, they're a family. You know? They put the talent first. They care about them. WWE doesn't do that around here. Triple H used to do that when he was running NXT. Triple H cared about the talent in NXT. But once Vince McMahon and Bruce Prichard took over, no longer wasn't the case. But yeah, man, that's it. That'll be all for today. Be sure to join me tonight for NXT. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys tonight for NXT, man. I love y'all. Take care.